So many since I was very small, so small that father had to lift me onto the stool piled with two firm flat cushions that I might be able to sit at the tilted desk and reach the inks and shafts, the paints and tints, the papers and parchments that required my attention. My fingers are stained from the mixing of hues of slate and blue, flashes of umber and gold, red and green. The same fingers are scarred, fletched, with nicks from sharpening my very fine goose feather quills. When I copy, I wear white cotton gloves, each pair washed at the hottest of hot water after use. I have spectacles, thick half-moons of polished glass to magnify the things I must discern and craft. These perch on the end of my nose only when I am mid-copy. Aelfrith says I look like someone's granny for all my smooth skin and dark hair. No one, she taunts, would ever believe you young. Edda merely grunts at that and adds that I need to get out more, that both Aelfrith and I need to take in the beautiful, healthful air and undertake some exercise as she does. We three have different mothers, so we are more like to be dissimilar than if we shared a maternal imprint. Fathers have so much less influence. The scratching of the nib, which has almost hypnotized me, now has a rival. The tap-tap-tapping of a bare frozen branch from the wild cherry tree by the side of the house. With a tiny bed cupboard in one corner, my scriptorium is located on the second floor, in the room with the most windows, so I might steal all the light that I can. The cherry tree is naked and frosted. It looks dead, as if it will never bloom again. The cold coming from the glass panes might just convince me this is true. This place cannot be too warm, so I may have only the smallest of fires, banked low in the grate, which is why I prefer not to work in the winter. I have spent the day copying this wretched thing, stopping but once to read a couplet aloud, hoping that speech might add some meaning, but it remained nonsense. Looking up, I blink hard until my eyes stop watering at the change in focus, and watch the thin branch as the wind pushes it this way and that. Any moment now, any moment, it will snap. But no, the thing is hardier than I would have thought. It endures. I stand, stretch, arching my back, until I hear the 4 distinct cracks that say my spine is aligned once more. I take stiff steps over to the window, where a cushioned seat awaits, draped with shawls, and survey the garden. White as white can be, its purity is broken only by the shadowy things there's not quite enough fall to cover. The chopping block, the wood pile, the swing we only use in summer, and only when we are feeling particularly frivolous. And at the edge of the lawn, a dark mobile thing, the size of a small dog or large cat, is inching its way forward, terribly, slowly, shaking the snow off its gentleman's coat quite determinedly. A badger. No creature should be left to suffer in this weather. All stiffness is gone from my limbs, and I fly from the room, down the staircase, with its carved banister and hideous newel post. The head of a green man, but not as cheerful as it should be, making a great commotion that brings my family from various directions. I don't even worry about a cloak. but fling open the door and charge out into the white. For precious moments I'm lost, blinded, then I catch sight once more of the determined lope, almost a waddle, with his limbs so chilled, of the black fur and the hoary streak down his back. I stumble through the cold powder and catch up the poor creature